We have all moved home and we are now working in a new post-pandemic era. What are some of the challenges that come up for IT security and making sure your team are well protected in our new remote work? Well, I'm going to share some of those in this video. Stick around. Hi, my name is Pete Moriarty. I help businesses systemize, organize, and scale using Google Workspace and other technology tools. The pandemic happened and everyone has moved home. Unfortunately, many of us just picked up a Zoom account and sat at home and did the same kind of thing that you were doing in an office. But many small businesses were not equipped to actually educate and teach their staff how to have good hygiene with their technology security at home. Many people switch to either like working on home computers or working in home locations on shared computers, logging into their Google Drive or their Gmail or whatever on their machine. And that comes with all kinds of potential security risks. And, like during the pandemic, we saw a large instance in our customers starting to have issues with security. Now, imagine there's 2 years worth of potential customer data information sitting on your staff's home computer right now, and it's not protected by a password. What if that was your profit and loss statement because they're your bookkeeper? What if it's your customer list because it's your sales manager? What if it's information about a confidential project or product that you're looking to launch? And that's potentially, going into the wrong place. There are all kinds of issues that can pop up when people are using home-based computers, and the top 3 that tend to happen are unfortunately pretty common. And so these are the things that we've seen come up with our customers, and I'm going to share what the challenges are, and then I'm going to share what some of the solutions are as well. Number 1 is data mismanagement, and so that's basically your team kind of losing track of where your company data is. For many employees, unfortunately, when they're working, they can be a little bit lax with their diligence on keeping your files stored in the right place. For many business owners who switched to work in the pandemic, whether you're using Dropbox or Google Drive, many team members will still store files on their desktop if they're not using, if they haven't been trained to use things properly, or maybe perhaps they're working on a mobile device and they, are working on a piece of media and they haven't uploaded it back up to Google Drive again. We find that data tends to turn into a mess, and especially on shared machines, it can get very, very messy as well. The second thing that we see is ransomware. So computers becoming infected with ransomware or becoming infected with something else happening on a local computer, and then compounded with the first issue of data not being stored in a central location means that you may even have issue number 3, which is data loss. And so data loss might be someone's home computer is not correctly backed up and it dies, or maybe someone has company information on a laptop and that gets left on a bus or a train, and then that's lost as well. So there's 3 really simple things that you can do to actually tidy this up and make sure that you have some stricter policies in place which are going to help you and the business to mitigate these kind of issues, or hopefully potentially avoid them altogether. And number 1 is that's going to be device control, making sure that you actually have a system and a methodology for controlling what devices each user within your business is able to use with their work accounts. And what that does is it locks some things down. And so we use something called device authorization, and that's inside Google Workspace. And device authorization lets you authorize one by one any device that connects to a Google account. And what that means is if Bob or Mary want to connect their home computer to your Google account, you might want to check twice about that, or at least make sure that you're enforcing a policy with them. Do you have a separate user profile set up? Is Google Chrome signed in? Does that computer have antivirus? Is that computer backed up just in case they save something to their desktop? These are all the things you can check before you then authorize that device to actually use your Workspace account. You want to make sure that 2-factor authentication is enforced across all devices. We talk about that a lot on the channel. But also number 3 is to make sure that you use mobile device management. Now that is available for free with your Google Workspace account. And mobile device management allows you to actually enforce that anyone who connects to your business account with a mobile phone will actually have a policy enforced. And so they go to connect with their mobile phone, they sign into their Google account, and it actually says, okay, you need to install this policy before you can access any data, and it will enforce them to do certain actions. One of those actions, which we recommend, is for them to have a strong passcode set up on the device. And so that will automatically ensure that no devices without a passcode can access any of your company data. And imagine the worst case scenario of that. Imagine someone leaves their phone on a train or on a bus seat someone else picks it up, there's no passcode on there, and all of a sudden they're into Google Drive, they're into your chat, they're into their email, and they can see absolutely everything to do with your company. Scary, scary stuff. The worst thing that's most likely to happen with that is someone actually using that information to scam you internally. Let's say it was your finance manager who left the phone on the train. They then use the email to message and send an email to you or a chat to you and say, hey, I need you to make this transfer of $10,000 to this account. And unfortunately, many business owners fall prey to scams like that, and they're eventually sending money offshore to someone else. Number 2 is a cloud-first culture. Having a cloud-first culture means that you and your team are using cloud-based tools and as much as possible using cloud interfaces or browser-based interfaces for the way that you are working. What that actually helps you to do is ensure that your connections between each person's computer and Google or whatever tool that you're using are encrypted. And it also means you can discourage the use of local resources like USB hard drives or saving things on your desktop. Because when you do that, what that actually allows is you to have a more uniform data repository of all of the company information inside your business. Remember I said that, one of the big risks of people working at home on their home computers is other people seeing into them accidentally. And so if you have a policy and a culture where everything gets stored in Google Drive, you can still install the local Google Drive app if you want to, but as much as possible using the Google format documents, which are now all encrypted. But also making sure that everything is stored inside Google Drive, not in third-party apps, not in other places, but all in one place. What that does is it makes sure that everything stays cleaner. Now, there's a little secret trick to this as well, and the secret trick is to just use Chromebooks. When you use a Chromebook, everything is stored inside the Chrome OS. Right now, I'm actually using a Chrome box. I'll even show you what it looks like. This is my main work computer, and in here I've got all of my files, but each one of those files actually uploads automatically to Google Drive. And so anytime I save a download, anytime I save a document, it's automatically going to be saved right down there to my computer and encrypted with my Google account, because my Chromebox or my Chromebook are both locked down to my Google account. And so everything is locked down to the Google account, and it means the device is safe and secure. Number 3 is to check in on your admins. Google Workspace has a number of administration roles, and what that allows is different team members to access different admin resources. As you have team members outside of the office and working remotely, you're going to have a lot less visibility about what's actually going on in the business. And so if you designate administrators, they can potentially get access to other areas inside the admin panel. You want to lock that down and make sure that only directors or business owners have access to the administration panel. But while you're there in the admin panel, you want to potentially look at some of the reports and insights inside the Workspace admin. And we've got a separate video just on our top recommended reports for Google Workspace. But from there, what you can actually see is everything that's going on in the business, who's sharing what files, who's downloading what files are shared externally, and you've got lots of options for seeing everything going on in the Workspace world. Now, I'd love to know what you thought of this. Give us a thumbs up if this was useful for you. Drop a comment down below and let me know if I missed anything or you've got any additional tips for those working with remote teams. Now, if you're a Google Workspace subscriber, you might be interested in getting some support from our team. If you'd like a security audit for us to have a look at everything going on inside your Workspace account, click on the link below and you'll be able to get in touch with our team to help you out with that. If you are already a subscriber but you're not yet a customer of itGenius, well, you want to check out our transfer in offer where you can get amazing perks for your Workspace account at no extra cost, and you get amazing support from our team as well as an account check as well. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you're subscribed. Check out our other playlists on the channel homepage and check out our growth roadmap, which takes you through each different stage of technology strategy based on what business stage you're at right now. So if you're looking for help learning where you should be putting your attention, what implementation you should be doing, what kind of tools you should be thinking about in different stages of business growth, our growth roadmap will help you out with that. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Cheers.